Yeah, I mean, we have to, from scouting perspective, we have to take it game by game, but we're always watching opponents in the Big 12. So I think it's a constant, just knowing what's in front of you and what's going to be ahead for the weeks to come. But like this week was a training week, training day yesterday. Today we'll focus a little bit more on Texas, but also trying to polish some things that we need to get better at moving into the second half of Big 12. So
obviously, when a team's ranked number one, they're probably pretty good at a lot of things. But what would you say are their best strengths, or what are they best at?
Yeah, like Allison said, they're tall and physical, well-coached team, very system-based. Again, at this point of the year, everyone knows what you're going to do, and so yeah, they're good at a lot of things. They've been serving tougher, and from the first time that we played them, they have a couple different positions that were locked in this time around, and so yeah.
For someone, she said it too, for someone who doesn't watch volleyball or know much about it, what is system-based?
Okay, system-based, like how they do things, like what they ground themselves on, and what their plan is on offensive and defensive. So you'll have an offensive system and a defensive system, and then systems within the system. So just what your plan is, and we train within our systems every single day. So.
Tony really emphasizes how important first touch is. When you talk about a team that is so good serving the ball, how critical is that as a focal point in practice this week?
Yeah, for sure. So why we have 7-8 girls in this position group. So we care a lot about ball control and really value that position, but we train it every day. Yeah.
And against a team that's as physical as Texas.
Yeah.
How important, I mean, it's just for Allison and Emily and Brooke to be able to get a hand on the ball
Yeah.
to help people.
Yeah, just trusting that they're well trained, right? And again, every team's going to get you, and we're going to get ours, and they're going to get theirs, and again, just trusting that we're prepared for what's in front of us. Yeah.
Outside of winning every game and being competitive in every game match, I mean, what is the goal kind of in this last month for you guys?
Just a second push. A second round is another opportunity to beat the teams that we didn't first round, and our opponents are feeling the same way. So it makes it for exciting. This is why sports are so cool, because it could be anyone's match on any given night. So really that spark and that edge going into that second round, and again, there are no secrets. Everyone has access to everyone's matches, and just being good within our systems and applying the game plan.
So does that just be about being more perfect, or is it, do you adjust at all, or is it just you have to be perfect?
Being perfect. I mean, perfect. I mean, what is perfection, right? I mean, again, it's not necessarily your fault when a team, executes their game plan well. And so, yeah, we have to add a couple more wrinkles to our system and to the game plan, but and we try to throw new looks at opponents. We had Caddy started over KJ last week, and Kylie started over Brooke, and just giving different looks. We have a lot of depth on our team, and we're excited for opportunities to use that.
Is that when maybe when you went through some of these injuries and other people were able to get that playing time, that now it kind of helps out a little bit?
Yeah.
Even though at the time it might have hurt you guys, now it's coming.
Yeah, for sure, and it makes it really competitive. Like the first time we played Texas, it was Tatum, and then Lindsay was out, so, and Katie Northcutt, that was her breakout match, Katie Northcutt, and so, yeah, it's, we're showing them a different look, even though Texas has watched our last 3 matches and knows exactly what we're going to do. So, yeah, it's important that we stay fresh and we, again, get better at the things that we weren't good at the first round, and we can expect that our opponents are going to do the same thing.
You mentioned getting better. What's the top of the list for getting better to take on Texas since the first time around?
So we're digging a lot more balls than we were back then. I mean, Emerson, going back and watching the film, I mean, the points that they were scoring on the hard-driven balls that maybe the block didn't touch at all, she's making those digs now. And again, I mean, Texas is physical, and they're going to hit over us sometimes, and that's to be expected with a physical team like that. But so, yeah, first touch is going to be better. We're serving tougher. We served tough the first time around, but we got to maintain that. And just eliminating our errors. Texas is not going to make mistakes. Or they're going to make mistakes going for it. But, again, great serving team, physical block. Yeah, I mean, they're great. Yeah.
How shocking is it that this is the first time ever since one Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week?
That she has?
That she has. That's
I mean,
her first time.
Yeah, I mean, we know she's great. I mean, we know she's great, but there's a lot of great liberos in the Big 12. in the country. I think it's a position group that doesn't get a lot of credit a lot, and so and you see some blockers get defensive players of the week. You don't always see the back row girls get them. So it's great. I mean, we see her fire in the gym every day. I mean, you won't find a kid who grinds it out and who's a ball of energy, and I mean, we're happy for her. I mean, we see it every day. So yeah, I mean, I am surprised, but happy that she got it.
Yes, of course it is. I was kind of shocked. I've never received a Big 12 award, so I was super excited that my work was finally recognized. So it was super cool.
How'd you find out?
Tony G just started talking about how many digs I had during practice, and then he was like, and that's why you got Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week. So that was fun.
Did you get mobbed or anything? Or just
Everyone was just giving me high fives and cheering.
For you guys, going into kind of this last home stretch month or so, is it easy to keep it one game at a time, or do you kind of look and say, okay, we know what we kind of have to do, win-loss wise, to be where we want to be?
Yeah, I think it's hard to keep it one game at a time because you do look ahead and see like the teams that you need to beat. But we're trying to stay with like a sprinting mindset. Like just because it's halfway through conference doesn't mean we can slow down. Like we have to speed things up and push harder than we have all season. So.
You guys played the number 1 team a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, it was Baylor and not Texas, and now you're facing another number 1 team this time. It's Texas. How tough is this conference?
It's so tough. Everyone's good. There's a lot of tough competition, and I think it's really cool that we do have those top teams in our conference. It pushes us to be better, and it gives us great competition and to see what we can really do.
Second time around with the Longhorns, what are you guys going to try to do differently?
I think that it's going to be a little better playing in our home gym. Playing at Texas is one of the toughest environments I've ever been. And just trying to keep them out of system more and staying more in our system, being good out of system will help us a lot.
Do you think you guys are on schedule for where you want to be record-wise and RPI-wise to make a run for the NCAA tournament?
Yes, definitely. I think we are on schedule to be where we want to be, and that. But second half of conference is super important. We gotta get the wins that we need in order to get us to the tournament.
Are you good at not checking and looking at the outside stuff, or is it tough at this time of year?
I'm not the type of person who looks around and at college volleyball and all that kind of stuff. So I just kind of like stay in the moment and do what I can at the time. So, but
who on the team that is always looking at it and always has their nose in it?
I think I'm trying to think. I don't really. You think Allison Morgan for sure, our coach. Maybe Emily Hill. They're definitely more into like stats and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, for sure. Making the tournament has been our goal all season, so that's always in the back of our mind, and we're just always aware of what we need to do to get there. So for sure, who's up next, who's after that, but still taking it one game at a time.
How do you juggle it?
It's tough.
It seems contradictory kind of in the nature of the two things.
Yeah, I think that sometimes if you focus on one game, you kind of forget what you're getting the win for. So I think focusing on the game with the intention of using that win to get to the tournament.
For you to see your teammates honored this time at Emerson, is it nice to see what they're doing when the game is being recognized maybe outside of Texas?
Of course, I think all my teammates are great. So anytime any of them get recognized, it's awesome just to know that that's my teammate and she's out there doing great. It's awesome.
Outside of being the number 1 team in the nation, what else sticks out about Texas?
They're very physical. They like to jump really high and hit it as hard as they can. So anything we can do to slow that down will be great.
You want to rattle off some stats for us?
Some stats. What do you want?
What's your RPI right now?
67.
I can't think of anything else on the
Do you know
spot.
if
I don't know.
the conference in any categories?
I really don't. I don't know individual stats. There you go.
Yeah,
I just kind of look at the team stuff. I don't really look at individual stuff.